We're just going to start out just centering ourselves. Whatever's happened with your day, whether it's a challenging day or an even day, just go ahead and find yourself into a comfortable seat. So even if you're just sitting in your lazy boy or your office chair or your couch, wherever you are, just go ahead and see if you can find a tall spine. And we'll start from there. So, had to find myself taking very, very deep breaths today. Deep breaths instead of deep outbursts. So go ahead, nice tall spine. Maybe roll your shoulders a couple times. Just allow any of the stress that gathers and accumulates. Well, for me, it accumulates in my neck if I'm sitting at my desk too long. Just take a few nice deep breaths in and out. Gently close your eyes or gaze down the tip of your nose. And just settle into stillness. Settle yourself into stillness. And even when you feel there's distractions all around you, see if you can just, breath by breath, just move a little bit more inwards. We start to anchor our attention to our awareness. And the easiest way I find is just to anchor your awareness to your breath. Observe your inhale and observe your exhale. Maybe this is the first time today that you're taking some deep breaths. And if that's all you do is just take several deep breaths, that's a successful yoga practice. If it helps for you to connect your hands to any part of your body, your heart or your belly, or your legs, or in prayer, whatever your mudra might be. Set your hands so your shoulders feel comfortable. And from here, with your eyes closed or gently gazing down the tip of your nose, can you locate or just become aware of the front of your body, the back of your body, and the sides of your body? The front, the back, the right, and the left. And we have the outside and the inside. So we're going to think of those directions, those areas: front, back, right and left, and the outside and the inside. Just enjoy 5 more breaths, please. Including the front, the back, the sides, the outside and the inside. And then after your last breath, you can gently blink your eyes open. We're going to start in child's pose today. So in child's pose, your knees are wide, your big toes touch behind you, and you slide the hips back towards your heels. So just slide back. Extend your arms long in front of you, and just wiggle around a little bit here. So just there's a passive stretch across the back body here. Just wiggle a little bit. And then walk your hands over to the right. Go ahead, walk your hands over to the right. You can stack your left hand on top of your right. You can rest your head right in between your arms. And just take your hands and press your hands away from you as you anchor into the left hip crease. Get heavier into the left thigh, the left shin and foot. And then just breathe. Feel the left side of your body, right? So breathe in the left side of your body, or awareness. And then notice the right side of the body. Notice the front and back of the body, where the breath is being received, where the stretch is being received. And then notice the outside moving to the inside. So the inhale, we move to the inside. The exhale to the outside. Good. Let's crawl our hands over to the other side. So crawling over to your left, stack your right hand on top of your left. And again, maybe wiggling in there, resting your head on your arms. Feeling a little bit heavier on the right side, right thigh, shin and foot. And then bring your awareness to the right side of your torso, all the way extending to the right fingertips. Receive the stretch and the awareness and the breath there. And then notice, bring awareness to the left side of your body. Bring awareness to the front of your body. And then bring awareness to the back of your body. And as you inhale, bring awareness to the inside. As you exhale, awareness to the outside. And then come back to the center. Good. So just lifting your torso up, setting your arms forward. Maximum distance between your thumb and pinky. Grounding down evenly into all 10 fingers. Curl your toes. And then go ahead, lift your hips high. Downward facing dog. Another good time here to pedal out the feet, to move the hips, to release the head and neck. Just to move a little bit in this inversion. That's it. And then as you breathe, bring awareness to the front of your body. The pelvis is lifting high. All the front core muscles are pulling in towards the back spine. Now bring awareness to the back body. It's a beautiful long stretch of the spine, and then the heels descend down. So you're having a nice long stretch from the heels all the way up to your sitting bones. Good. And then bring your awareness to the right and left side of your body. Feel the long stretch there. Perhaps you can ground farther into your hands and your heels to extend the hips and find a little bit more space between the ribs, between the pelvis and the lower ribs. Good. Now bring your awareness to the inside as you inhale and to the outside as you exhale. Awesome. Come forward on your inhale to a high push-up position, high plank position. And then arrange your heels so they're directly over your toes. At any point, if you need to lower your knees, gently lower your knees without lowering your pelvis. Now, as we start to heat up here into this super strengthening core plank pose, bring awareness to the front of your body. The front of your body is resisting gravity. So feel like the thigh bones move towards the hamstrings. The shin bones move towards the calves. The whole front of the torso moves to the back of the spine. The neck is long. The arms are solid here. Solid pillars, long low back. And then feel the length in the low back from the crown to the heels. Long length. And then bring your awareness to the right side of your body and the left side of your body. Everything works here. And then as you inhale, bring awareness to the inside. And as you exhale, to the outside. Lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Let's come down for a little bit of a breather here into child's pose. Knees are wide, big toes touch, and you slide the hips back as you reach the arms long. Rest your forehead down on the mat or your forearms or a block if you need it. And feel how the back body gets this passive stretch, the front body completely quiet. So we have awareness, front and back body, and then maybe can you feel the sides just gently expand and contract here? And then as you inhale, bring the awareness inside. Enjoy the stillness and quiet of this pose. And then as you exhale, bring the awareness to the outside of your body. Good, lift the torso up. Let's bring the knees parallel. Go ahead, lift your hips again, walk your feet forward into standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Hands on the shins, lengthen forward, lengthen forward. So in each posture, can you let your awareness come to the front of your body here? So the front of your legs, quadriceps are contracting. The pelvis is tilting forward, and you're lengthening from the base of the pelvis all the way to the crown of the head with the front body. And then feel the back body, sitting bones anchoring towards heel bones, tail lengthening, crown lengthening in opposite directions. Take a breath, breathe, and feel the inside. And as you exhale, fold and notice the outside of the body here. So 3 rounds here. Inhaling, lengthening, coming back into halfway lift, and exhale, folding. 2 more times, halfway lift. Fold as you exhale. Last time, halfway lift. Fold as you exhale, and then rise all the way up. So sweep the arms out and up and try to lift with the muscles of your trunk all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. Sweep the arms back up. Good. Exhale, fold and just stop halfway. Halfway. Here we are in halfway lift again, just a little bit of an arm variation. Okay, bring the awareness to the front of the body, resisting gravity. Bring awareness to the back of the body. Now you're extending from the back of the heart out through the fingers. Sitting bones to heels. Interlace your hands behind you. Lengthen your knuckles back as the crown goes forward, and then slowly tilt the pelvis forward to spill over your legs. So think of your pelvis moving forward instead of your spine rounding forward. Knees are soft here. You can bend your knees as much as you need, right? It's tilting of the pelvis. So we're inviting the sitting bones to lift the front of the pelvis to fold. Rinse the shoulders out. Release the hands, lift halfway up again. Exhale, hands down, step back to downward facing dog. And start to move a little bit. Come forward into your high push-up position. Lower yourself all the way down evenly. Uncurl the toes, lengthen through the low back, lift up into a low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Take an inhale, exhale, press back up to your plank. Lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Feet to the hands. Here we go. Breathe and feel. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Follow your breath all the way to its ends. Exhale, fold forward, all the way down. Tilt the pelvis forward. Halfway lift. Hands down, step back into a high plank position. Get long through the low back here, long through the spine. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale to lift, use the muscles of the upper back. Exhale, come down. Take an inhale. Exhale, press back up to plank. Lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Walk the feet to the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Maybe lift your heels with you. Exhale, fold over your legs. Once you're there, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank position again. Heels over the toes, lower yourself with control. Go ahead, lift the heart. If you're feeling you're warm enough, you can press the tops of the feet down, lift the thighs up, lengthen through the tailbone here into upward facing dog. Recurl the toes, lift your hips up high, downward facing dog. One more time, feet to the hands. You can jump or walk. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, feel the front and back of your body even, right and left side even. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, bring your attention to the four sides of your body. Lower yourself all the way to plank and all the way down to the earth. You choose low cobra or upward facing dog with straight arms and straight legs. Good. And then find your way back, downward facing dog. Let's take the right foot and step it forward. Step your right foot forward. Anchor the back heel down. Draw the heart and the spine longer away from the charged back leg. Rise up to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. So that right hip crease becomes deeper, right? And then feel the charge from the back hip to the back heel. Arms lift. Let's just take a few breaths here. Notice, bring your awareness to the front body. Front right shin moves forward. The front of the pelvis lifts to lengthen up. That's it. Energy right up through the crown of the head. Straight, energized fingers and arms. None of this. Reach for it. And then your shoulders just hug towards the center of your spine. Good. Warrior One. Come down, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Move to the pace of your breath. Inhale, lift the heart, up dog or cobra. And then breathe your way back, downward facing dog. Same foot, same right foot forward. Warrior One again, right foot forward again, same side. Pull the heart forward. Think of the back of the body now, the back of the body. Bring your awareness to the back of the body. So the pelvis lengthens down. Back of the pelvis lengthens down. Charge from that back left hip to the back heel. And then feel the back ribs move away from the base, the top rim of the pelvis. Good. Feel the back of the arms strong. That's it. Feel the back of the front leg. Energy down from the knee to the heel. One more breath here. Exhale, hands come down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, you choose the back bend that's appropriate for you. Exhale, lower down. Press it back up, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here again. Bring awareness to the front body, right? Are you resisting gravity? So we're not letting anything collapse down, right? Pulling the front lower ribs in instead of jutting them out. Now bring awareness to the back body, right? Hips are ascending as hands and feet anchor a little bit more. Side waist getting super long. One more breath here. As you inhale, bring awareness to the inside of the body. As you exhale, to the outside. Okay, left leg, here we go. Left leg forward into Warrior One. So step it forward. Pull that outer left hip back. Roll your inner right thigh up and back and rise up to Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior One. Again, we want to deepen this left hip crease. You want your 2 They call this the as-is bones, right? The two bones right in front of the pelvis facing forward. So that back right toes might be facing a little bit farther forward. They do for me. Good. Now bring your awareness to the front body. The front body. The knee is bending forward. The shin is going forward. The front of the pelvis is lifting off. Lifting up and off. That's it. The low ribs are finding more space from the top rim of the pelvis. Neck is soft. Energy through the crown of the head. Good. Awareness to the front body. One more breath here. Exhale, hands come down. Step back, downward facing dog. Breathe it forward into high plank. You know the drill, but think of the four sides of your body as you do that, lowering down, taking whatever back bend is correct for you, cobra or upward facing dog, or maybe even have the arms wide and lift the heart. And then breathing your way back to downward facing dog. Good. Let's step the left foot forward again. Second time. Same side, second time. Left foot forward, right? Squaring the hips. Rising up. Now bring attention to the back body. We can't see what's behind us. So we have to have faith that the back body is working equally in equal parts as the front body. So charge down from that back left hip. Charge the energy down to ground. Charge the energy from the front knee down into the heel. And then the back of the pelvis lengthens so the back ribs lift off the back rim of the pelvis. There's no excessive curving in the low back. Feel the courage of the back body. One more breath here. Good. Bring your hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. The vinyasa part of the practice is always optional. So if you want to continue to come forward into plank, lower yourself down any amount, all the way, part way. Find your back bend. But you can always opt out for a child's pose or just remaining in down dog. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Good. From downward facing dog, bring your feet together. So feet together behind you. Lift the heels high, lift the hips high. Come forward as if you're coming into a plank, but your hips are higher. And then roll to the outside edge of your right foot. Stay on your left fingertips, please. My right shoulder is directly over my right wrist. Squeeze your legs. Bring attention to the front of your body. The front of your body here. So maybe just bring your hand to your heart here. Roll the heart open. Maybe lift the arm up. Front body. My attention might be on the side body here. That's it. You can always modify by bringing the knee down. But really bring the attention now to the right side body. Ignite it and extend out of there. One more breath. Then come back to plank pose. Lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Your decision here. You flow or you rest before the second side. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Second side. In down dog, feet come together. So squeeze your feet together. And then just come forward, align your shoulders over your wrists. And then just go ahead, come to the outside edge of your left foot. You never have to lift the right fingertips up. Bring attention to the left side of your body. Feel the work that the left side, whole left side of your body is doing. And then can you expand in any amount the right side of the body and feel the freedom and the extension of the right side of the body. That's it. Charge up your legs. Good. Bring the hand down. Your choice if you want to flow or you want to rest, whatever feels correct for you. Nice. Let's take a child's pose, or if you prefer to stay in down dog, 5 breaths here. Let's reconnect with the front of the body. Reconnect your awareness to the back body. Is everything equal on each side of your spine? Right and left leg, right and left arm, right and left hand, right and left foot, everything working equally, not favoring any one side. And bringing awareness to the right and left side of your body. And then bring awareness to the inside as you inhale and the outside as you exhale. Good. Downward facing dog. This time, go ahead, bring your feet together again. Roll to the outside edge of your left foot. Arrange your shoulders so they're over your wrists. And then take your top leg and step it about halfway up. Your toes will face the long edge of your mat. They probably might be off the mat. Take the right hand on top of the right thigh. Press the right thigh bone down as you feel your right hip lift up, and feel the muscular work that outer right hip has to do here. So you can rest your hand here, or you can reach it up, or you can reach it over. I like to press it right there. So press that thigh down, lift the right hip up, and feel the muscular strength the outer right hip has to do here. Good. Then very slowly lower your left hip down and take this beautiful stretch right here. Woo. Good. So that bottom leg's extending and active. Really good. All right, we're going to press back up. Take the leg back. Downward facing dog. Your option here is to flow. Stay aware of the front, the back, the sides. Everything participates. And then feel the inside and the outside as you breathe. Good. So meeting in down dog, we'll do the second side. So arrange your feet so they're together. Come forward, shoulders over wrists. Come to the outside edge of your right foot. Step your top leg forward with your toes facing straight forward. So the knee and the toes face the same direction. Left hand on left thigh. Lift up, up, up. And feel how strong, building strength in that outer left hip. The inner right thigh is lifting. So this is where we bring attention to all 4 sides of our body. Front, back, right and left. And then the breath is what we need to feed the pose. One more breath. Really lift that outer left hip up. Come down, step back, flow, or rest. Good. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Go ahead, walk your feet to your hands and spread your feet a little further apart, a little wider than your hips. I turn my toes out for this. So when we move into Malasana, which is the yoga squat, I have sensitive knees, so I always put a block behind me. So feel like, again, you're deepening the hip crease, rolling the pelvis forward, reaching the tailbone back. As you're reaching forward, so kind of shimmying your way down there. And then some of you might not need the block. Some of you might need 2 blocks. And just take your yoga squat, Malasana, garland pose. So here's a nice time also to think of the 4 sides of the body here. the inner arms, the arms come to the inner knees, and you press equally. Bring your palms together. What part of your body is working more, or what part of your body needs more attention here? Take a couple more breaths. Soften the skin of the shoulders. Good. You're equally pressing the inner knees against the outer elbows here. Palms are pressing equally. Take one more breath. And then start to come forward a little bit and lift your hips to standing forward fold. Parallel your feet. So your feet are hip width distance. You're going to slide your hands under your feet. So you're going to take your palms. The palms will connect with the bottom of your feet. So the top of your hand will be on the mat. It's a great wrist stretch as well. You do that with both feet. I'm bending my knees a lot here. I'm wiggling my toes right into my wrist creases. Now from here, bring just a little bit more weight, the ball of the foot, and see if you can invite your pelvis to tip forward a little bit more. Don't go too much, just to that point where your body goes, I'm receiving exactly the stretch I need here. So contract the quadriceps up. That means drawing the tops of the knees up. You can feel the work in the quadriceps so the hamstrings can stretch. One more breath here. Release the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then rise up to standing again. Equally, right and left side meet at the same time. Together, draw that equanimity right down to the center. Hands at your heart. Pause. Bring your awareness to the front of your body. Notice if your knees might be locking here in the front body. Just soften the knees. Notice if you feel a lift from the low abdomen in the front body. Notice if your chin is on the horizon, that it's not low and it's not high. It's right where it should be, where you feel equally, your skull is equally balanced. Good, now bring your awareness to the back body. Is there any gripping going on the back side of your body? Have your tush and your shoulders relax. Back of the neck long. And then bring your attention to your right and left side. And then as you inhale, bring attention inwards. And as you exhale, attention outwards. Good, gently open your eyes if they're closed. Sweep the arms up over your head. Equally, they meet. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway lift. Good. Go ahead, step back again into downward facing dog. Right leg will step forward. Again, we'll rise up into that warrior one, squaring the hips. So now we've been here a couple times. What part of your body, front, back, sides, needs more attention, needs to back off, needs more muscular energy? Just notice and then open to warrior two. So in warrior two, let's get down into the hips here. Let's put our hands on our hips to start. Get down right here. Straight line from the hip crease to the knee. Straight line from the knee to the ankle. Right? Straight long line from inner left groin to inner arch of the back foot. Shoulders over hips. Reach the arms out from the heart. Pause and breathe. As much as your fingers are extending, see if you can extend and spread the toes the same amount. right? When you lift the toes up, you automatically feel the legs engaging, having to work here. The strength of the warrior, unwavering. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Don't allow that right hip to lift up. This is a great time to bring awareness to the right side of the body. Can you find more separation between the lower rib and the top rim of your pelvis? And then just support with the back. Good. Windmill your arms. Step your right leg back. Downward facing dog. The choice is yours here, whether you flow or whether you rest. You might notice now that it's easy to bring awareness to the four sides, the front, the back, and the two sides, right? Sometimes when we're doing forward motions, we only think about the front body. Sometimes when we're doing side, we only think about the side, not the front and back. So we want to stay all-encompassing here. Okay, left leg forward, warrior one. Bring awareness to front, back, and sides. So there's equal efforting. There's equal stretching. There's equal strengthening. There's equal breath. Open to warrior two. Again, get the hips down where you know you're getting the stretch that's appropriate for you from your inner groins, right? Some of you might not have that deep of a stretch yet today. Some of you might surprise yourself and go, I can get that front thigh a little deeper. You got it. So front, back, sides, reach it out. Lift and spread your toes as much as you're spreading your fingers. And then stay unwavering in your drishti, right down your arm to your hands. The unwavering warrior. Ready for battle, ready for peace, ready for whatever comes their way. You got it. One more breath. Not changing the shape of the legs here at all. Flip your front palm and lift right out of that front hip. That's it. It's as if your legs are coming together to support and lift the pelvis off the legs. You got it. Think of the four sides of your body here. And then go ahead, windmill your arms, step back, downward facing dog, and then your choice here, whether to flow or rest. From downward facing dog, we'll come to be on our knees here. I'm going to use a block because I have sensitive knees here. And we're going to go into, it's called Virasana, hero's pose. So I'm going to use a block to sit on the second height because my knees are sensitive. Tops of the feet, knees and thighs. I'll just show you this way. So my heels are beneath my sitting bones and my inner feet are hugging onto the block. Think of the front body here, lifting up. You can start to bring your hands back. Some of you can open the heels just a little bit so they're just to the outside of your outer hips. I'm still using the block. And then you can start to come back down. Maybe it's just to here. Maybe it's to the forearms. Maybe it's all the way down. Don't go for the gold here. Just go for equal stretching, right? From the knees all the way up. Feel the tops of the feet and the shins anchor down. That's it. Feel the tailbone and the back of the pelvis get long and scoop under. You got it. Just until you feel the body's so wise it goes this is the part where I'm getting a stretch. I feel the stretch. My quadriceps are stretching, right? We're stretching our ankles. We're stretching our knees. You decide. Take a couple more breaths, but see if you can bring an evenness to this posture. An evenness, even if you don't even sit back, just an evenness, front, back, sides, inside and outside. If you're all the way down, really take your time and be aware to come up little by little, right? We want to get some energy back in the knees, so lift up and press back again into downward facing dog. Feel the backs of your legs start to breathe here. It's a beautiful whole front body opening there. Good. From downward facing dog, walk your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Stay even. Fold. Rise up. Good. And then right and left side join to meet in the center. Take a moment to bring awareness to the front body again. Notice if there's any gripping or holding or a little bit of tension. Let go of it. Same with the back body. Is there anywhere on the back body that you might be holding on or working too hard or not working enough? And then attention to the sides. That means all the way from the outer ankles all the way up to the tops of the ears and up beyond. And then taking a breath, bringing awareness to the inside and awareness to the outside. Very good. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees slightly. Okay, now just come onto the ball of the right foot. Ball of the right foot. So now you're starting to transfer weight onto the left side. Okay, just bend your right knee. Do nothing else. Seal your inner thighs together. So your inner thighs and your inner knees are hugging each other, and you're lifting your back heel towards your right sitting bone. Go ahead, you can grab your foot. If the inner thigh moved away, it's like you've got double stick tape on your inner thighs here. Inner thighs to inner knee, right? They're meeting right there. Okay, so as we start to do these asymmetrical poses, right? The awareness front and back body starts to shift because you're balancing. Go ahead, lift the left arm straight up. Lengthen through the low back. Lift the low abdomen up. Good. Now kick the top of the foot or ankle into the hand. That's it. And here's where the physics play a little bit of a role here. If you kick too much, you go too far, you'll fall forward. If you don't do it enough, fall backwards. Just breathe. If you're gritting your teeth to get into this, release the grit, right? And just breathe. Now, bring attention to the front of your body. Whole front body stretch, right? Back body gets long. Take one more breath. Sides. Left side is lengthening, right? Opening the right shoulder, right chest, and then come back down. Release. Bring the hands back to the heart. Take a breath. Notice the inside now. Right, when we balance, for me, my heart rate goes up, right? It's a little bit of fear. There's a little bit of more muscular work. There's a little bit of more mental work when you're balancing. So trying to keep your gaze and your drishti completely relaxed while the body is completely engaged. Let's do the left side. Okay, so you can go ahead, bend the knees slightly, come onto the ball of the left foot, and then inner knees, inner thighs are together, just lift the heel up. Even there you can feel the work in the hamstring there, flexing the foot, the contraction of the hamstring. Go ahead, grab your foot, reseal your inner thighs, inner legs, inner knees. just stay here. You don't have to go any farther than here. Just this balance, right? If you'd like to extend the right arm up, go ahead, extend the right arm up. Stay soft in your gaze. That's it. Gently kick the foot into the hand. So equal amounts, back body and front body work in equal amounts. If one does too much or too little, then the back won't be in synchronicity with it. Wherever you're at, just release the grit of your teeth or the grit or grip of your mind. Just take a couple more breaths, bring awareness to the front and back body. You might feel the back body's working harder or the shoulder or wherever. Just notice. One more breath. Release the breath. Release the pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring your awareness to the 4 areas that we've focused on, front, back, and sides. One more breath. Sweep the arms up over the head. Good. Exhale, fold forward. So tilt that pelvis forward. So we're not rounding through the back. We're lengthening through the spine to fold down. Good. Halfway lift. Go ahead and step your hands back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bring your right knee forward behind your right wrist. Right knee forward behind your right wrist. Okay, I'm on my fingertips actually here. My back toes are curled. There's a very generous angle with my front shin. So I'm on the top of my right foot. We're going to stay at this angle. We're going to invite, well, first lift the left knee up and invite the right hip to just move back a little bit, and then uncurl your toes and lengthen forward into pigeon pose. Okay? So my right heel is actually connected right into my inner left hip. Front of my left hip. That's where my heel is. Right? It's not forward. And then as I'm here, I'm inviting. It's like I'm dragging, trying to drag my outer right knee and hip back as I extend forward. You can rest your head on a block or your hands, wherever it is. So engaging the muscular pull of the right outer knee and outer right hip back. You got it. Now bring attention to the front body. This is an active pose. It's not a resting pose. It's an active. We could make it passive, but we're making it active right now. Front body. The top of the right foot and shin are anchoring down. The front of the spine is lengthening forward. The front of the left thigh, knee and shin and foot are lengthening back. Slowly come up, roll to the outside of your right hip, and then swing your leg around. That's it. So seated nice and tall. Sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge to get that left hip bone down. See if you can do your best. If that's not possible for you, you can extend the bottom leg straight out, which is the variation that I'm going to do. Good. Lift up. Lift the spine, lift the ribs off of the pelvis, and just pause here, right? Spread your toes. Feel the left foot anchoring down. Spread the toes of both feet. Lift tall. One more breath. And then release. Roll back to downward facing dog. If you want to take a couple breaths here to lengthen out, to even out. Again, evening out, front, back, sides. inside and outside. So with every posture, there's different feelings and emotions that actually arise inside, and we notice those too. So noticing the inside, you can notice here, or muscularly. Okay, let's bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Stay on your fingertips. The left heel is right in front of the right hip. Okay? You can lift the back knee up, extend that leg long, and then lengthen forward. Any amount. So if it doesn't feel good to come all the way down, just stay up. You make the choices that are right for you. Generous angle with that front shin. You're on the top of your left foot, pressing down the top of the left foot, the left shin, and then inviting the outer left knee and hip to draw back. Lengthening, so front body, right front from pelvis all the way up is lengthening forward. From the pelvis, the back leg, right leg lengthening back. There's action. And then the front of the foot and shin are anchoring down. Breathe deeply, evenly and deeply. That's it. Notice all four sides, front, back, and sides. This will tell you where do you need a little bit more encouragement, or where do you need a little less action, a little less aggressiveness. So everything is balanced and even. Go take a couple more breaths. And then go ahead, come on up, swing your right leg around. I'm going to do the variation that I did from the first side. So lifting tall. It's always unusual when your base becomes your sitting bones of your pelvis and the foot and the back of the leg. So an unusual base, back of the left leg, sole of the right foot, and evenness with the pelvis become your base. So just holding that and not trying to pull up and pull in, but seeing if front and back bodies are lengthening and lifting equally. Side body, same thing. Especially with this foot here, you can get really lazy. So anchor down, pressing down. Here comes Dietz, the magical Goldie. She always comes by when I roll the yoga mats out. Hi, Dietz. Yes, yes. Take 2 more breaths here. I know you want to do yoga. I know. And then unwind here. Go ahead, roll down onto your backs. You sit right there, good. Roll down all the way onto your backs. Let's go ahead, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a few rock and rolls here. Yeah, go the other way. Just gonna cool down a little bit, rest a little bit now. So I like to use a block for a supported bridge pose. It's a beautiful restorative pose. And you can use the block at any height. I just prefer the low level. You can bring your hands to your sides or over your head or resting on your belly or your heart, wherever it feels correct for you. And if you'd like to lift your legs up for Viparita Karani, you can do that. Or not. All up to you. Relax your feet. Relax the energy. Close your eyes. And just enjoy this inversion, this restorative inversion. It's a beautiful time to notice how the back body, when it's being held, you don't have to ground here, right? You just let yourself dissolve into the heaviness and just sink into the support beneath you. So no holding. Very slowly, one leg at a time, bring your feet back down to meet the earth. And then gently lift your hips, slide your block out, and then lower your hips down to the ground. Again, pull your knees in, hugging in. And then let's allow the legs to fall to the right. So just a lying spinal twist here. Legs to the right, arms out from the chest. You can look to the left if your neck's okay. Take a nice deep breath in, draw everything in. As you exhale, release everything out, including muscular tension and effort, mental effort. You start to settle and allow your practice to integrate and to infuse into your tissues. Very gently bring your legs back to the center and over to the other side. So notice the four sides of your body again and check it out that you've released the work. As muscular energy starts to release and relax, the mind follows. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, open the mouth, sigh it out. Bring your legs back to the center. Extend your legs straight out, heels to the front corners of your mat. Arms arranged by your sides equally. It's this pose of complete surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. Surrender just means now you're open to what is in this very moment without resistance, without struggle. So notice the body, how it craves relaxation, how it's so grateful to release struggle, to release effort. I'm just going to lead you through a little bit of a meditation as you rest here in Shavasana. So starting at your head, just imagine a warm glow around the crown of your head. You can choose a color if you like a color, or just the sense of warmth surrounding your head, your mind, surrounding and protecting. And then just feel the sensations of the warmth. So just a warm glowing light, and then progressively invite that warmth and that protection to travel down. Travel down your body, starting with your neck and your throat. So it starts to release all the neck muscles and the shoulder muscles, The large muscles, the small muscles, this warm glowing light just moves its way down both arms equally. Into your palms. There's no grasping or gripping in your hands, just complete relaxation. And then as this warm glow, it might even feel like a sense of loving kindness or tenderness to yourself. It starts to travel down the spine, front and back of the spine, down through your vital organs, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys. Releasing more and more tension. And then it moves down into the low belly, the back waist. Down into the hips. It's very protective, warmth, glowing light or color. It moves equally down both leg bones. This warmth is surrounding and supporting you right down into the ankles and the feet. And then just as it protects and surrounds you from crown to heels, and just bring to your mind thoughts of loving kindness. First, loving kindness toward yourself. And then bring that soft focus right down to your heart center. And then silently say to yourself, may I be safe from internal and external harm. May I have a calm mind and a peaceful, loving heart. May I be physically strong and vital. And may I experience love, joy, and wisdom in this life just as it is. May my heart open with kindness and peace. And may I be filled with the spirit of loving kindness. Please stay where you are for as long as you can. Remember to check us out on our YouTube channel. And you can find all that information on balancewebster.com. Erica will be with you again, I believe, 2 weeks from now. I'm happy to fill in for her. I hope you have a beautiful evening, everyone, and thanks for sharing your practice. Namaste.